A baseline neurons fire a rate of 34 per second, releasing dopamine. It doubles on anticipation of the behavior that or the desire, and depending on how much you enjoy that activity. This is part of the dopamine release. If you remember last week, or I don't know if you watched the video, I'm going to link it in the comments if you didn't, or the description, I don't know. No, you remember this system, right? I explained it in the previous video. Now, this system is the craving, motivation, pursuit, and reward. Now, these waves that you see here represent dopamine. The dopamine comes up in here, and what that means is that you experience a desire. For example, you have a desire for Mexican food. Now you have the desire of Mexican food. Then the dopamine comes down in here, and now you experience what? You experience a certain kind of motivation to actually go and fulfill your desire, to go and get the thing that you don't have right now. So you get this to the motivation, and you actually go through to the action that will get you that thing. In this case, it will be to walk to the restaurant, make a call, order Mexican food. I don't know. So the thing is, let's suppose that you go to the restaurant again. So you go to the restaurant, and then what happens? You get the food. Let's suppose that it was as expected, nothing more, nothing less, as expected. Then what happens? The dopamine comes back to normal, nothing more, nothing less, just normal. Now let's suppose that food was not as expected. It was so much better than expected. It was absolutely fabulous, fantastic, marvelous. So dopamine comes up, and you experience a peak in dopamine. And what that will cause it's a crash again in dopamine later, which will result in more motivation to get that Mexican food again and to experience again. And then what? Let's suppose that the food was amazing again, then you experience it again. The peak in dopamine, then the crash again. The baseline dopamine comes below and below every time that the peak crashes. And we were saying in the previous video that's how addictions start. Now, let's change the situation, okay? Let's suppose that the food was what? You had a car crash in it, or let's say that you weren't able to enter the restaurant, or they were closed, or I don't know, any shit that you want to invent, but the food wasn't good, or you couldn't get that thing that you expected. So what happens? Your dopamine comes down again. Now, what will cause this? Probably what? What do you think? Depending on the things that we're listening, it will generate what? The action, right? So if it came down, then it's motivation. So you actually go and get that thing again, or you actually want it with more strength than before. You feel disappointed, you feel unhappy because you don't have that thing. So you want to experience it in another way, probably go to another restaurant or something. Now that's what we were saying last week or in the previous video. But now let's move on. It was important to you to recap that, okay? So now, alright. So you came in here wanted to be what? More productive, right? To feel more motivated, to be able to overcome procrastination. Now, hold on a minute, I'm going to tell you how to do it, or at least some things, fundamentals that you need to do, that you need to have. Now, let's get to this. Now, if you want to feel like in that state where you're like motivated all the time, probably not like oh my god, I'm feeling so productive. Like if you were on drugs or like if you were on sugar overdose or something like that. I don't mean like that, okay? But like that you actually feel productive. Like for example, hey, today I gotta do a lot of things, so when better get going. I mean, you see, instead of just staying on bed or something like that, you actually go out there and actually want to do the things that you set up for yourself, your goals. You want to work for your goals. You want to clean your room. You want to improve yourself. Everything that you want, you feel more motivated to do so. Now, what do you need in order to achieve that state? Now, that, my friend, requires dopamine, the one that we were talking about just a moment ago. Now, I want you to imagine a wave pool. I mean, when you've gone to an aquatic park or the water park, I don't know how you call them there, but you've most likely gone to a water park, right? So I don't know if you know this thing called wave pools, which are pools essentially, but that have a certain system that generate waves. So people get in and the people that run that pool generate waves with their system, right? They generate high waves, low waves, constant waves, and everything, right? So dopamine, I want you to imagine that dopamine is kind of like that wave pool. So what does a wave pool need? You mostly say what? The system that generates the waves, right? I mean, it's true, right? But there's something really more fundamental than that. What is it? Water. A pool doesn't work without water. A wave pool doesn't work without water, since a wave pool is still a pool. A water park needs water. What is a water park without water? That's the thing. You need water, or in this case, you need a baseline dopamine. Now, for example, let's say that you're depressed or something like that, and you actually need to recover that. Then I'm going to tell you some practices to actually get water, in that pool that you need, because to have that baseline dopamine is essential. Because a wave pool doesn't work without water. I want you to remember that. You need dopamine in the first place. You need to replenish yourself. If you have bad mental health, then you have to go and fix it. I probably do a separate video on that if you want. Telling you, I mean, not only the practices, since I can tell you right now what practices are. For example, what meditation, gratitude, mindfulness is part of meditation, exercise, and everything, right? But it won't go into much detail. No. Well, you remember dopamine? It's like a wave pool. Now, you need enough dopamine or the baseline dopamine, and you'll be asking yourself, well, then, how do I achieve that? I mean, it's good that I need dopamine to actually feel much better, right? But how do I get it? Or how do I replenish myself? How do I fill my pool with water? Now, I'm going to tell you something. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you some practices, some tools that you can implement. I mean, these are really fundamental, okay? So be sure to actually start with these, five things I'm going to tell you. With these five fundamental things, okay? These are fundamental to actually have water in the pool, to actually go to a baseline dopamine, level. Then you gotta do this to actually have dopamine. Now, you need to purchase something or nothing. You don't need to purchase nothing. I don't sell nothing. nor I don't recommend any products or nothing. I mean, you don't need any products really, unless the basic one that you already have, of course. Fix. No. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry about that. No. What do you need in order to achieve the baseline dopamine? Now, well, first of all, or zero, or the number zero, you need discipline, okay? Remember this. For this practices I'm gonna tell you, you need discipline, you need consistency. You need to do them once a day, always. So you need to actually try and maintain these things. You can try and do the habit creation system that I explained uh, some videos ago. I don't know if you can say that, but in the video, I think in the second one that I created, it has the information of creating a new habit. Now you can implement those principles, right? Of making it obvious, making it attractive, of making it simple, and to make it satisfactory. Now, if you want to see more detail of that, go see that video. Now, let's go with the first practice straight away, okay? But remember, you need consistency in order to do this. Alright, so the first one, what is it? Is getting sufficient and quality sleep, okay? Getting sufficient amounts of quality sleep at night is such an important thing because this fills your dopamine. It restores your dopamine reserves. It fills you with dopamine again, the one that you waste through the day doing your exercise or playing video games. I don't know, whatever activity you do, you waste dopamine on it, and sleep replenishes it. So sleep is really important, and for that you will need a good amount of sleep, right? So how much time? Well, I recommend you at least 8 hours, okay? That's what I try to sleep every day, at least 8 hours. For me, for example, well, no, not for me, but let's suppose that you gotta wake up at what, 6 a.m. So you gotta go to bed at 8 a.m. You will think that those are like what, 10 hours of sleep. More than enough, right? Well, guess what? No, it's not like that. You probably get like 8 hours if you do it like that. Why? Because the time that you spend in bed is not the same time that you actually sleep. Because let's say that you go to bed at 9, for example. You don't instantly fall asleep every time at 9 when you just jump into bed sleeping like that. No, it doesn't happen like that. Unless of course you're really exhausted, but most likely it isn't like that. You're probably tired or not, or you could even have some kind of insomnia or something like that. But you always stay in bed at least for some minutes, okay? At least for some minutes you actually stay in bed without sleeping, okay? You get into bed and you're just there. It could be wasting time or trying to sleep, I don't know. For example, you could be in your phone, in your computer, and everything, but you don't instantly you don't instantly fall asleep. That's the thing. So you actually gonna go to bed sometime before the 8 hour mark. So as for say, for example, you're gonna wake up at 6, so 8 hours, so 8 perfect hours, for example. You will need to go to bed at 10, right? Yeah, that's the thing. And that would be perfect 8 hours. But as I said before, you don't sleep 8 hours like that, since you actually spend more time in bed, like awake, just lying there. So you gotta, uh, well, studies have shown that you actually spend like up, like even 2 hours just lying on bed without actually sleeping and just waiting a for your eyes to close by themselves and your mind to wander to to dream. All right. Well, now let's continue. So yeah, go to bed early, at least 2 hours before the 8 hour mark. So as we are saying, if you're gonna go, well, if you're gonna get up at 6, then the 8 hour mark will be what 10, and you discount minus 2 hours for that, it will be 8. So go to bed at 8, please. Please get good rest. Okay. Now the second one is non-sleep deep breaths. You didn't hear nothing. No, let's start over again. It's non-sleep deep breaths. Breaths. Okay. No, sorry about the other one. No, that's it. This, well, I don't know if you've heard about well, meditation. It's most likely that you've heard about that and that you implemented it. But this is not meditation, okay? Meditation, I mean, it's kind of similar, but not like that. So meditation focuses on focus. It focuses on focus in improving your focus. But in this, it doesn't require you to be like focused all the time or something like that. Since this is kind of like the same activity of inhaling, exhaling, like that, but you don't like hold your focus to that. I mean, it's true that you need like to hold your focus to actually check that you're breathing like that, like a deep breathings, but you don't need to be utterly concentrated on that. You're gonna be thinking other things and everything, and it will be fine. No problem. No, this this deep breaths or yoga nidra, as you prefer it. I mean, you can search for this yoga nidra on YouTube or something like that. They're of 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know, the amount of time that you want to experience this for. Well, this has been shown to increase dopamine reserves up to 65%, which is obviously a considerable number, more than half, which is obviously amazing. Now, you have to relax and breathe deeply. And breathe is inhale and exhale, right? So, you have to do it deeply. Okay? Like, you close your eye. Well, for more time for you, okay? Since I'm in a hurry. Now, you relax your body. You breathe. And that's the deep breath. Deep breaths. Those are the deep breaths. Search them on YouTube. You can search them as yoga nidra. I mean, there's the timer in there. They tell you what to do, like to not lose the like focus. Let's call it. Even it helps you to sleep. I mean, you could try it. I mean, I tried it a few times and it has actually worked. I mean, I've totally done that like of inhaling, exhaling, and I feel and I fall asleep. I wouldn't say that almost immediately, but relatively faster than I normally do. Now, the third tool, which is an extremely important one, nutrition. Now, you always need nutrients, okay? Now, you have to eat food with high levels of tyrosine. I mean, which is, well, what, unnatural, let's call it, okay? Amino acid and everything like that. I don't think to get into the scientific stuff. Just eat. I mean, you can search supermarkets and everything like that with high tyrosine foods. I mean, there are certain meats that have higher tyrosine than others, certain nuts, certain vegetables, and everything. You gotta search for that, okay? You gotta search for the etiquettes that they have So for the tyrosine levels, uh, you can look in Google for like all the list of things that contain tyrosine and everything. Uh, if you want some quick examples, what? Eggs, fish, pork, beans, I don't know, chicken. So, but remember, some foods have higher tyrosine than others. Some certain types of nuts have higher tyrosine than others. So be sure or be aware for that, since you gotta check for the highest tyrosine one. Okay. Now, I mean, since in general you need nutrients, it's true, but particularly tyrosine. Remember that. Now, the fourth one, which is incredibly important. I've been implementing this for about a month now, since Hamza told me to, which is to receive sunlight, particularly in the morning, like morning sunlight. Now, you don't need to stare at the sun directly because that's hurting your eyes. No, it's so that you have to face in the way that in the east way that the sun comes out from, but not directly to the sun. Okay, like some inches away, like not looking at it directly, but not to. Yeah, just not don't look at it directly, please. Okay, now let's suppose that it's what a clear day. Then you gotta see at the sun, not directly. Remember, you gotta receive sunlight for from 5 to 10 minutes at least. Okay, recommend a minimum. That's on a clear day. Now, let's suppose that it's like cloudy and everything. The sun isn't like in a visible, but it's still clear, like in a clear. I mean, you can see very good. No signs of that it might rain or something. But it's just cloudy. No, you need to receive sunlight at least 10 minutes. Okay, from 10 to 10 minutes is a recommended one. At least so on a cloudy day, and on a overcast day, like an even on a very overcast day, really dark and everything, it's still morning, from 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, it depends on the intensity of the sun. Okay, intensity of the sunlight. I mean, this leads to well-being. It increases awareness and a little bit of mood throughout the day, and it helps you to sleep at night too. I mean, the game in the previous time did this. Well, I don't like referring to the game. I prefer like the warriors of the previous times, like the Roman Empire. I love those guys. I mean, they received sunlight from since they got up until they were tonight, and they slept amazing. I mean, they were real men. I mean, so this increases awareness, it helps you to be like in a good mood, increases your overall well-being. Okay, and in this, well, I've also found that this, well, when I get up, I just go to the bathroom, and then I drink some water, and then I go outside. I see from my window the sky, the environment, the trees, the leaves, and everything, the birds, the sky, and everything, the clouds, and the sun, of course, but not directly. So I stay in there for a few minutes, observing like the environment, and then I feel really amazing, and I feel like in such a good mood. I mean, it really wakes me up truly, and this also improves your mental health. I mean, I've done this for a month, I said, right? Yeah, and it has really improved my mental health. So you should try this too. I'll talk about this in the mental health video that I'll do. Not sure when. Now let's go to the fifth one, and last one, which is no less and not more than exercise or movement. Okay, exercise, movement. Now, you can go cardio, resistance, urine calisthenics of any kind. The thing that you want is movement. Now, this increases the levels of dopamine. Remember, right? This isn't for peaks of dopamine, okay? This is for regular things, for for habits, okay? For everyday things. You gotta exercise at least 5 days a week, if not every day. Now, when you do a mixture of cardio and resistance training, it really in the week, of course, no one in this, no cardio and resistance in one day or something like that. Like cardio and resistance in the same week. Okay, that's what I mean. That mixture, that merge, that fusion elevates and maintains an elevated level of baseline dopamine. It's like it climbs the ladder. Let's suppose that there's like a ladder in dopamine, like to measure the dopamine or something like that. And when you actually mix these two things together, cardio and resistance training, then you actually get that take some steps up actually. Let's see. By engaging in regular movement, you ensure that you are maintaining elevated levels of baseline dopamine. Remember that. By the way, remember that that's what you want, okay? To elevate your dopamine levels, okay? Your baseline dopamine. If you and obviously, which is what you want, if you're going to be able to engage in any kind of motivated pursuit behavior of any kind. So what does this mean? Let's say that you're working towards a goal. What goal? Be rich, for example. So yeah, of course, in the habits, you and and you also need like to stay motivated to overcome procrastination to actually go and do the work. And so for this, you when you do these trainings, especially this mixture of cardio and resistance training, you're actually increasing your baseline dopamine, which is what you want in order to stay motivated for this type of pursuits. Now, I think that it will be all for today. These are the basics and the very fundamental things that you need. Sorry, that you need to actually fill the pool. Look at that. I don't see anything. No. uh, so yeah, these are the fundamental things. Next week I'm going to bring you like some other tools but these are like the core ones. Okay, you first gotta do this. So I made this video first, then I'm going to make the other one that I hope that you find helpful. Same with this one. I hope that you found this helpful. Yeah, so let's see what else can I bring to this channel. Well, yeah, see ya, take care, don't let mosquitoes bite you.